Have you ever run into any specific problems that in the horse or rider that you couldn't fix, or that you had to kind of mix up your methodology to work with?
Probably the only situation that I've run across was when people want to dictate the training methods, but they don't really know what they're doing. And I'm trying to say this in the nicest way because I don't want to offend anybody, but there are people out there that they think they know what's best for their horse, but it's probably not necessarily appropriate.
Sure, that makes perfect sense. I find that really the only time I ever run into that is with humans. I think I need to take some training courses on how to deal with humans and not in the horses, because horses always are consistent in my experience. They consistently respond to what they feel that you're trying to communicate with them in the exact same way. They're simplistic, just like we've been saying. So yeah, humans are usually the problem, much more so than the horse ever has been, at least in my experience.
Right.
So I had another question specifically that I was going to run off something that you said. That was it. What are some of the most common problems that you face with more advanced horsemen? I know a lot of times we get questions from people who have been riding for 20 years and they still can't get their horse to cross water or to stop bucking with certain riders or whatever the case may be. What are some problems that you face, and how do you deal with those a little bit more advanced scale?
It's hard to say. I try to pick things on a case-by-case basis. Granted, I do run into horse people that have been training for a long time or have owned horses their whole life, and those are the people that are very hard to talk to. And those are the people that are similar to where I was at, several years ago, being a skeptic to natural horsemanship. They don't believe that it works, and they don't fully understand it, and they kind of put up a brick wall as to wanting to understand it. So I have to be very careful in how I approach those type of people, and kind of let them come to me and ask the questions, and keep the answers very simple, and not try to over elaborate or push any philosophies on them.